Alright guys, so in the very first video involving gun doubles, I mentioned that there's a play in here that does a pretty good job against match. It's going to take a few little nuances and a little bit more understanding of the game for you to understand why. I've said previously that I think Zan does a better job than anybody of breaking down how match coverage works, quarters, palms, all the different rules to it. But I'm going to let you guys go over there if you want to understand more. For this video, I'm just going to show you the play setup. The play Y shallow cross is the play we're going to look at. And let's make sure match coverage is on. It's on. Now, it used to be at Madden that this play would do a really good job against match coverage stock because, as you can, let's run it through right here. You could get the free safety to bite down on this in route, and it would leave you one-on-one with the post. It's not really the case anymore. There's a couple, little things you can do to make it a little bit more like that. But then the other thing is, and for all, for credit where credit's due, they did a good job with match. Your strong safety actually does a really good job of recognizing that crossing pattern from one side of the field to the other and backing up and playing posts. So right here we actually got him to play that in route, but you can see that one, this defensive back has really good leverage on the inside of this post, so you have to put this way out here, and that's really, really tight coverage. Two, this guy will drop back and recognize him maybe a little bit late. I guess you can call that late, but still, it's really difficult unless you have like a really big speed advantage to pop this over the top. Not to mention, you really don't have a whole lot of time. Not in this game, at least. So the way we're going to set this up, and I've tinkered with this quite a bit, is I actually like to streak the tight end and then motion the halfback out. Now, this is specifically a setup against match. This is typically not going to do you any good against any other type of zone coverage. The routes run into each other on the right side of the field. What those routes are for, just remember, is to move, to kind of manipulate the defense and move players away from the tight end. So watch what happens when I wheel route the halfback and move him over. Now my tight end gets wide open down the middle of the field. Creates confusion in the pattern matching of the secondary. So that is one way that you can beat match, right? If your opponent is using, say they're using this 3-rec and they man up on your tight end, it's not the only read you have, right? You have this, and then you have that, right? So it'll clear out the middle of the field. It'll move the user if he's paying really good attention to his rules and he understands the rules of match, then he'll cover the tight end all the way down the middle of the field, which will open up that dig route. The other thing you can do too is just kind of leave this formation the way it is, right? You can do something like this, excuse me, something like that, and you can throw this out route, but it's kind of a risky proposition, right? You have to have a good route running guy out there. Two, you have to throw that really, really early. Match does a phenomenal job against out routes and curl routes. Does an even better job than man coverage does, in my opinion. But say you had something set up like, let's just say we did something like this. You can throw that out route. You can wait for the halfback route right here. And then later on in the progression, as the Y route's coming across the middle of the field, just depending on how aggressive the user is, this Y route, this dig route will get open right here. So it creates a little bit of confusion, but I do want to caution you, be very careful throwing this out route. And I actually use short out elite. It does a better job, but it's not a great job. This looks like it's wide open, but this defender will break on the ball so fast. It's crazy how fast they break on the ball. Like, I could throw this probably 10 times and not even complete it 5. One, because there's a horrific windup with Derek Carr. I mean, that's the worst windup I've ever seen. Two, they just break on the ball so fast, which is honestly astounding. Look at this. I'm winding up, and he's right there. I mean, it's a harder throw. Like in real life, yeah, it's a harder throw, low and outside. The ball has to travel a further distance, therefore it won't get there as quick. But even that, like I tried to put that down and away, and it sailed over his head. So it's a little bit tough to throw that. Be careful. But the other route combinations that just showed you will do a good job against match coverage.